From the south side, yeah, that's right. Reppin' Inglewood, got my hustle tight. From Chi-Town streets where the wind blows fierce, built up like steel, can't nobody pierce.
Hey, 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 hey. This your girl D-Love from the South Side. I got stuff on my tip. This your girl D-Love from the South Side. Inglewood for life, Chicago, that is. As you can see, I'm still a little hoarse, but I said I was going to come back, and I meant what I said. She here, live and full in effect. Listen, if I happen to wander off for a moment, that's because Colorado is playing tonight, and I got to see Colorado football game tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, go Deion Sanders. You know they be trying to kick him in the butt. They try to kick you when you're down. So every now and then I'm gonna look up so I can see what's happening at the game. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you each and every one of you all for showing up and showing out. And I appreciate you so much. I'm back. I'm back. And I said, my platform really is about, dang, the game been on this long? I thought they said the game came on. Oh, wow. Hey, if you can't hear me, let me know. I can hear myself. I hope you can hear me also. Again, I do apologize for my voice just getting over COVID. Oh, I don't have no sound. So, hey, Cher, how you doing? I'm back. She back. She back. She back. Yes. And I'm happy to be back. Thank the Lord Jesus Christ. I made it back through that storm last time. I was on YouTube. I said, today I gotta talk about Harvey. I know we haven't talked about it lately. And listen, I already got some more issues before we get to that channel 9. I do want to say because Gardy asked me to reach out to the young man who ran for. Hey, let's talk. What's up, J Track? Talk to the young man who ran for Mayor Harvey against Kellogg back when. I left a message, and hopefully he'll be able to come on tonight. Let's see. But we'll keep our fingers crossed. I threw it out there today, and I thank you for the 20. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Drop it. Drop the mic on it. But listen, as I was scrolling, I saw that Harvey gonna be in more trouble. This is the stuff we be talking about. Harvey cannot afford any more lawsuits, right? I just saw somebody about to sue her. They're suing the library. The public library is about to be sued. Listen, if you haven't, please check out the Harvey World Herald. They be they are the ins and out of what's going on in Harvey land or Harvey world. Like the Lansing Journal, Harvey does the same thing. FYI. So I'm going to bring that up so you can see. Uh, and I found it on Facebook. Man, there's so much drama in the LBC. It's so hard being Snoop D-O-double-G. I said, dang. What is happening here? Let's see. Okay. All right. All right. I don't know why I have to, but if you can't hear, just let the sister know. We ain't got no engineer. Just me. Okay. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? And I appreciate that. Thank you again. Um. Anyway, I don't know. I don't have any mods in here tonight. But anyway, we're keeping it going. Keep it moving, baby girl. So let me show you what I just found. And this is about Harvey. And it's about Okay, let me share my screen with you. Right here. It says, this is go to you can go to, if you can't, please join the Harvey World Facebook page. And if you can, make sure you donate to them. Same way you did with the Lansing Journal. If you want to know what's going on, they'll keep you informed. I'm just saying, thank you. All right, so let's go for it. I say hey, and I say hello to everybody who walked in this room. Yeah, you know what? This is the library, and apparently, the Harvey World. That's Amethyst, young girl who owned the Harvey World, who went to Thornton High School. They are suing the library. Now, the libraries. I'm gonna try my best to go to one of those library meetings, but we'll see how that works out. Listen, it says the Harvey World Herald. It's on Facebook. It says our newsroom is now suing Harvey Public Library. How do you sue a library? Apparently, they figured it out. Now you got to remember, the Harvey World News is a media, and so if you don't give them that information, you can be sued for the information and not giving it over to public. Hey, prima donna, how you doing, girl? I just recovered. Well, I like to say I recovered and I revised, girl. I just got over COVID, and that wasn't no joke. FY, it's out here. But I have digressed. And it says, our newsroom is now suing Harvey Public Library District after board president Anthony McCaskill, who also serves as public records clerk. What the world? He he is he is over the library and the record department. That's crazy. That's the stuff I be talking about when we talk about Harvey's it's a money grab, and we ain't got no money to grab. Okay, who served as a records clerk denies the release of financial documents. He don't want to share no financial documents. That news station sued Dalton and won for unanswered FOIA. That is correct. That is correct. Now what does say? Now, what kind of mess is that? We got one library, y'all. I say one library in Harvey, and we can't even do the right thing. We got one library, and now that was the Park District. One library. So the Harvey Hurl World, the Harvey World Hurl is suing the library. Go tell your mama, tell your daddy, and tell the ones who ain't heard, because they don't want to turn over the records of the financial records. Because sometimes you hear Ryan talking about, show us the paperwork, show us the paperwork. Um, that's gonna be interesting right there. Sorry if I'm looking up. Colorado's playing today. That's crazy. Paul Foyer, Harvard Records, and Clark Security Detail. They said they can't find anything. Let me show you what I Foyer, Harvey. Uh, Hold on. I ain't getting none either. Okay. Foyer. Uh, I'm a, yeah. And let's see. It was for A. Un momento. I'm going to tell you. I had to go to when I had to do my FOIA request, I had to go to the, Cook County Assessor's Office. Then I went to the Cook County Treasurer, and that's when I got my information. Let's see. Okay, I can show you. I can show you this. Okay, here's my FOIA request got denied. The city of Harvey has received your record request. Pursuant, your request is the following. I am requesting our record, and specific please provide. Okay, so that's that. Where is it? And I did get I finally got an answer uh back in when? I think September. Let's see if it's still here. Let's see if they kept it. Okay, so I did get an answer. Let's see if I can make it bigger for you. This is for Michael Motors. And I wanted to know the PIN numbers and everything, um, like what was broken down. Okay, I requested related Michael Motors located because they're saying that Michael Motors owe $7 million to Harvey. They sure do if you look on that back of that paper. And I'm gonna show it to you too. Oh, here it is. The correspondence between Harvey. I wanted the correspondence between Harvey and Michael Motors regarding the tax obligation and any breakdown on how the $7 million figure was calculated. And I asked, please provide records. Okay, let's see. Subject. Uh, January. No, okay. So I ain't never get any answer. Okay. Oh, this is when they asked for the extension. And I never got an answer for it. The city has reviewed the files and located responsive records to your request. Please log into the city public. Okay, let's try it. Let's sign in again. I'm just saying. No, they're not even open. They are not even open. Uh, okay, here's a file. They sent me a file. Oh, hold on. I got some. See what they sent me. Can I even open it? Okay, hold on. This is what I received from them. Okay, let's see what they sent me. So my request was answered. What's that? Let's see. Maybe it's gonna take a minute. What? Okay. Oh, they sent me a business card of Micro Motors. They did do that. Okay. 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 So they did send me some 14 pages. What's on these 14 pages? Okay. Okay. Let's turn it around. Hold on. Let's see. To whom it may concern, when was this? A copy. It's not dated though. There's no date on here. So they did answer my ordinance. For you. I'm writing to remind you about unpaid commercial property taxes associated with your property and the subsequent denial of the business license. It has come to my attention that our commercial property taxes has not been paid, which has resulted in the denial of your business license. However, if you have already entered into agreement with the city, please disregard this letter. If you have not yet reached an agreement with the city, an agreement is attached to the letter you reviewed. We are open to having a conversation. Now it says $7 million, When you go online, I could not find $7 million. He does owe money, but it ain't totaling 7 million. Okay, this on the building inspector. And now you see this? How y'all send somebody a letter and it ain't dated? Where is the date to this? Let's say maybe something else got a date on it. Oh, they sent me all these blank pages. Okay, another applicant, another, but it's not dated. How do you know? How do they know? This is not even dated. So that was okay. Now this is okay. Here it is on September 12th, 2024. I noticed that the gates to the business was open, and they have a motor repair shop in the rear of the building that was open and had vehicles in the shop being repaired. I also noticed a sign on the east side of the building. There is a sign showing hours of operation. First of all, I'm gonna have to go back because I did not see no repair shop on there. In the rear of the business, 7-foot high fence with barbed wire along the top of the fence, enclosing appeared to be an auto salvage yard. What they talking about? We gonna go look at this on 103 East 147th Street. I think okay. What were they talking about? Hold on. And listen, I'm gonna show you what this address looks like. Now, I ain't never been in the back of it. Now they say it's a 7 foot tall. Is that maybe that's 7 foot to y'all? I don't know. Oh, this is what he's okay. That's the repair. See, this lot over here is also tax. They putting that they making it seem like this is across the street at Family Dollar. They were all like micro motors. Uh, it was all Bob Watson. I'm not sure how this all go together, but let's keep going. Hey, this huddle. Always hear horror stories about this huddle. That liquor store is gone now. Okay, so this is Michael's Motors. Michael Motors is not there anymore. They took you see these on the side of it? They done took that up. And in the middle of the night, they took all their cars up out of there. It's only one car in there now. I say one car. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, that's what they saw. And what's up with all these empty paper? The building inspector. Okay. Interesting, right? Look, at they sent me this unscanned paper that's empty. WTF? Okay, they sent another notice. I want to know about this explain the $7 million. This is the city contacting the city contacting Michael Motors. But let's see where it go to. Let's see what it. The crazy part about it is this ain't even dated. This ain't even dated. This ain't even dated. Enclosing what appears to be a auto salvage yard. Is it an auto salvage yard or a repair shop? Dang. They just they just okay. So that's only yeah. They bogus for this. Now I know I ain't tripping, right? So look, you see what they did, right? That's Michael's Motors card. They sent me one with the paper face down, so I don't know what's supposed to be on that paper. Here's another one. Nothing on that paper. Here's another one. Nothing on that paper. Here's another one. Here's and it says it's a report, but a report ain't here. You see how they just send me stuff with nothing on it? They so goofy. Okay, so that was that one. 916. Okay, let's see. That's the citation. That's the one is citations, one is the correspondence. Okay, that's correspondent. Double check. Okay. Now where's the citation? But the question is, they really didn't answer my question. I want to know, how did you come up with the $7 million calculation? They never provided the calculation for 7 million. They they have read my conversation. Okay. So this should come up to 7 million. Okay. Oh, okay. Here is July the 1st, 2024, 2,500. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, listen. That's I don't fool with Harvey. A city of Ohio petitioner, Illinois Municipal Cooperation. Michael Motors. You're hereby summoned and required to appear before the hearing officer at the below specific location. Date and time of the answer the violation notice. What's the notice? And you see 84 pages. Oh, come on. Let's go back. So you see what they did was, whatever they sent this, but they did not send the other paperwork to back up what this letter says. That's how shady they are. And here's another complaint. Okay, for each being the following count. What is the complaint? We can't even read the complaint. Citation. They go for each day. For each day beginning July 1st, the following court through include the date complaint, the penalties for operating without a license. Now, listen, I kind of got it. I got in trouble, but I didn't get in trouble. They didn't make it a big thing. When I had my office in Homewood, I assumed when I opened my office, like in November, the business license wasn't not um license wasn't had to be renewed until the October, when it's time, when the same time I got it the last time. But no, everybody has I think it's April. So they sent me a letter and I had to go to court. But all I did was pay the fine, and I didn't have to see. They sent it to Michael. Now how they send it to an address, ain't nobody there. You look at that. They said he sent it. What was this on September 12th? Look at that. Every they deliberately they sent me paperwork, but they 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 was it doxed it? So nothing on here. So they just sent me 84 sheets of paper with nothing on it. Basically, it don't even tell you what the complaint is. What's the complaint? If Micro Motors owe us $7 million, you can't show us where the $7 million coming from, or where the $7 million. That was July. They didn't show up. Oh, they got another $4,000. And as you can see, they didn't write what, excuse me, what it's for. It's there, but they just turned the paper around. Look at that. Look at that. It says, "Oh, operating a motor vehicle repair shop without a license." I guess that's the complaint. I'm not sure when did they closed it. Look at that. Another $4,000. Now I can see you keep adding in 4,000, 2,000. That's the way to get somebody kicked. Said, "I'm not coming back." What is this one? October 24th. But my question is, if they been for 6 years, are they saying they saying it's a salvage yard and not a not a car lot. Mm, look at that. They sent me they sent me useless information. And I'm not sure where's the work. They turned the pages, they flipped the pages so I don't know what the conversation is. So they can't say they did not send it. They just did not send it. They sent me this, but they didn't send like the converse the they didn't show me much. Like this ain't dated. So for 1 year, they said they not them people that place done took their stuff and left. And you could tell this- you could tell it went to some it was more information here. So Harvey, we owe 7 million. They owe $7 million. And y'all can't show how? They can't even show the basic how how we are owed $7 million. Ain't that crazy? Oh, hold on. Somebody wrote something on uh okay. See. 7/24/24. A buzz manager I see take less than 20 years, no license yet. That's how I read it. But this is crazy. Notice of a summons. October 23rd. And I don't know how many times they got this one. It's like they just printed it more than once. Install a barbed wire fence without a permit. How long first of all, how long that fence been up? Out of curiosity. And I'm like, okay. But you see what I'm saying? Living out here is just like um I'm a- City Hall. Uh it was a February 24 um mailing. Uh-huh. Uh-uh. They said Harvey been incorporated since 1891. We about to go down in history. Half the pages got stuff on it. And that's 4,000. But then we see how many times they gonna put 2,300. I mean, $4,000 on October 23rd. And again, this is where we get now these are all the businesses that owe Harvey money, right? And Michael Motors is right here. Right here. Sorry. I don't know. My pen don't want it. Adios mio. Okay. We that's right there. Michael Motors right here. $7 million. And all you can show us is y'all been trying to for ordinance violations. But that doesn't explain the 7 million. So it's like they just trying to play a game, but I don't yeah, I ain't got nothing in here. I'm glad I ain't print all this stuff out. This don't say no October 23rd. It's October 23rd. How many times? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Look at October 23rd for the same thing. September 12th. This is always a September 12th. Um, one time service mailing, who they mail it out to. Look at that. Ain't no date on here. These are copies, and it's in black and white, which is weird because y'all don't got color. No, no, notes. 25,000. Oh, 2,500 a day fine starting. Oh, that's how they got. So is that how they got the $7 million? Because of the $2,500 fine? Oh, but that still doesn't make sense because this newsletter came out in February of 2024. That's why you cannot fool in these small towns. You see that? So they probably continuously finding them even to this day. What the hell? Oh, they got another date, September 25th. Look, they took all the information out. To move out since nine. Oh, why do I close? Trying to move out since 9/24. The city's seeking 250,000, 2,500 a month agreement. Oh, that's last year. This time they was trying to get that agreement. BA. What the fuck? 200 a day for a year? But listen, share that don't give you the $7 million that they say they owe. So they owe 7 million on top of this 200, 2,500 a day. The math ain't mathing. The- So let's this. So when you hear Clark talk about um, he wants the businesses to pull their part on getting Harvey out the hole. That's by paying these fines. Now let me say y'all something about Harvey, y'all. And some of y'all know and some of y'all don't know. There ain't a lot of businesses in Harvey. And them businesses, they but yay big. They ain't big at all. So where he think he gonna get that kind of money from somebody every day? We ain't got no Amazon to be paying them fines. Do anybody hear me or do anybody not hear me? Thank you, Cher, for breaking that down. That's $921,000. And how much of that do you spend on hold on. How much of that money do you spend on uh paying your security? They said I saw something recently. They said, that's the Went Creek Casino. And I think it was 21 of the surrounding little communities around here got $118,000. Where what they do with Harvey with that check? It said right there, 56 back taxes for 2 years. Ooh, listen. Okay, listen, share. Thank you for catching that. But they saying that's what I'm saying. It don't make sense, right? Okay, okay. If it's $56,000 back taxes in 2024, why are you saying they owe 7 million? You saying that oh what is that? AIC. I don't know what these words are late. Arrival late. Also is over of property taxes of 56,000 twice, two twice a year. Oh, so they supposed to pay 56,000. That don't even make sense. You know why that don't make sense? Because when you go on a Cook County um, property deed, it don't say the taxes. It don't come out there. And you know what? No, I can't. I would do the PIN number, but thank you. Okay. So you owe $56,000 twice a year. What's that? $112,000? $1,000? Unless it ain't quiet as it kept. They ain't selling that many cars. They ain't selling. Ain't no listen, there's a car lot right now that's sitting there. I don't see a lot of movement on there, but ain't nobody buying cars out of Harvey. And there's let me say this too. There's several car lots in Harvey. So he's definitely a douchebag. He's definitely arrogant. He's definitely like he's not he's lost touch with the everyday citizens. Cause I'm like, who's he trying to get? Thank you. Shit, I didn't even catch that part. Let's see. Now look, and then it's funny the part, all that part that they didn't want us to see, but they want us to see this one. Did they rent that building from the city? N- no, that used to be owned by Bob Watson. Bob Watson owned a lot of corner lots up and down Sibley. 2 means 2 years. Oh, for 2 years. Oh, okay. He owed $56,000. That's a crazy amount of ain't isn't that exorbitantly high? But he probably sits on 2 he I think he sits, like, on 2 or 3 lots, so I guess that could be possible. 56,000? How many cars you got to sell to pay that? Just and then pay your people. And listen, I ain't never that's funny, they made the last page with this information, and all this other pages ain't has shit on it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I just think that's crazy, though. With that being said, let's continue. Shoot, let's continue. 56,000. That means if he gotta sell 5 cars. So it's like 25,000 every 6 months because you're supposed to pay in February and June. But for us this year, June didn't come out until November, and you got until no December the 15th to pay your taxes. I said, "Sheesh, listen, they ain't cut nobody no breaks." Let me find this WGN um, website. Come on, Colorado. I want Colorado to. Oh, they can get destroyed. Last Santa. Okay, so let me show you this one. Ben Bradley. I don't know. I may get and Channel 9 is kind of funny. So you gotta be careful when you play their videos. First off, in the news. Was that Ben Bradley? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find it. Cause it just came out. Shoot, 3 weeks ago. What world? And oh gosh. But You see, they get us. Oh, what she said? You say 2 years, 23,000, 2 23,000. That's 23,000. That ain't too bad. You just gotta sell 4 or 5 cars, but you gotta sell it, right? And that's probably the hardest thing, trying to sell that car. Them cars, especially on Dixie Highway, and they ain't even get. First of all, they need to be paying them people that they money back because they don't even have lights on that strip. They don't even have no lights in that man's property. I'm just saying. Okay, so we got 2 useless informations that they sent. Um, I wonder what can do, cause this one had nothing on here. Oh, I can go. Yeah, cause this does not explain, and I asked for it in Excel, baby. Any breakdowns of that how you I get 7,000,000? They be playing with our emotions over here, and ain't nobody got time for that dumb stuff. Now let's go over this, okay? And thank you. And I appreciate you, huh? Share so much. What is share so much? That was a good catch. Hold on. So this was the last week about Harvey property taxes. Somebody drinking at the tax department. Heck yeah. When I went to Cook County uh, ta- tax property tax um, over the summer. They told me they thought it was funny too. They was like, "Yeah, they you probably won't get your taxes until the end of the year." And I was like, Are you serious?" Yeah, because they are behind on taxes. They got a new system. They had got a new system. That's why we get our taxes got our taxes in November. Then turn around and have to pay in December. And another one, we gotta pay. We get it in November. We gotta pay it in December. The next taxes come out in February, and that'll be the first because you pay a year behind, and that's gonna be typically the first one is the most expensive one. And I'm like, you price me out of Harvey, and you if you want to try asking questions differently. Perhaps ask the in indebtedness. All the I'm gonna do that, prima. I'm gonna resend it, asking for asking differently, cause for a time. But you know what, prima donna, and I'm gonna get back to what I was saying too. But I asked them to explain how did they get to the $7 million figure. That's what I wanted to understand. Let me make it bigger so you can see. Hold on, I'll make it bigger. That $7 million figure. I wanted that. That's why I asked him to explain how did they get to the $7 million figure. Because this was a flyer that they have sent out and they didn't explain it. They did not. They just sent me something about um they just sent me about the correspondence, and it really wasn't in correspondence because the correspondence weren't even dated. And about the correspondent and correspondent and um converse and something else. What was I just how when you get sick, your mind just go. But I'm gonna re-request information and ask them. I'm gonna do what you said. I'm gonna do that. And you see Club O? Club O is on here still. And I was thinking to myself, Club O been closed for a very long time. And they in Minnesota. Y'all not getting y'all money back? Get no money. And this outreach community development, they still open. O'Reilly's left. But okay, but we're not gonna go digress. But okay, I'm gonna go back and try again and put a date to it from this date to this date on getting the debts. What she say? Ended. Hold on, let me take a picture of what you said, prima donna. Now, because the paper they sent don't have nothing on it. Just the last page. All right. Let's go to this Channel 9 report.
WGN's Ben Bradley has the story now from South Suburban.
Oh, share. My farm tax went up $100. Yeah. And that's why I try to tell my husband, I was like, listen, depending on what happens, I don't even know if how long we gonna what's the 5-year plan and what's the 10-year plan. Cause me ain't gonna keep dealing. You ain't getting nothing for your money. Now I do get my garbage picked up and they come every Monday. But to see let me tell you, Cher, to see like what Riverdale got going on, they still get their street sweep. They got a street sweeper. Phoenix, Dixmoor, they used to be they used to say they used to be well, they say they were poor, but them too, let me tell you, they getting their roads fixed, they streets fixed. Man, you know that shit is just what the hell that said about us. Earthworms are smarter than Brandon Johnson. Drop the mic on that. And I'm starting to believe Brandon Johnson and Clark must talk to each other. $32 for garbage pickup here. That's it. Ask the street name for roads and bridges. And receive a map. Where aren't nice people? Ask for street names for roads and bridges and receive a map. Ask for street names for roads and bridges. Explain that to me, prima donna. Ask for street names for roads and bridges. I want the names of the street. I want the street name for the roads and what bridges we got here though. And receive a map. Here, answer that question. Because I definitely would do that. Okay. Now let's listen.
Suburban Harvey.
For just the second time in state history, a municipal.
And you know what the killing part about this in the news? You know the killing part? When they did this video, they did the downtown area. They found the most raggedy ass places in Harvey. Oh, Thornton Township didn't give me the street name. Oh, they didn't. But when they did this, I was like, dang. I was homesick and I'm looking like, what is that?
Municipality declared itself financially distressed, an official designation.
Now this downtown Harvey, baby. And this is what it looked like. No joke. Like small town USA, but burnt up. Now I agree. They could kind of save some of that. But I don't know how much it costs. Because I remember when that used to be a thrift store. And I remember that used to be a thrift store. And then it was a barber shop or something. And that was less than 10 years ago.
Under Illinois law.
We gotta do better.
That's Mr. Missouri. And these people over here, they couldn't talk. Because, you know, they fighting that contract. So I don't know whatever happened to that contract, but hopefully somebody will tell us.
Everything is not all right.
I will not stay silent.
And that was me, y'all. I said, girl, my back is big.
Another day, another hectic Harvey City Council
There go
meeting.
Mandy.
They're basically saying we're functionally insolvent or bankrupt.
In announcing a partial shutdown,
How can we be so bankrupt? And you got what's those cuffs with your initials on it? That's almost an insult to the people of Harvey. You know what I'm saying? You don't
of
get.
its municipal government, the city of Harvey furloughed 40% of its workforce, including police and firefighters.
Now I must say this. I've been I haven't been out the last a week or so. But I don't see the Cook County Sheriff out like I did that first day. Now the first day it was like, whoa. And a couple of days after that, I don't see them. But you do see them in pockets at times. And I still see Harvey police out at times. Now I think, and you could tell me if I'm wrong, but all those police that be at the meet at Harvey should not be there. If Cook County Sheriff is coming in, that means you all need to be out there also. Because they don't have 100% manpower. Everybody shouldn't be at that city hall.
We've always had to try to figure out a way to do more with less.
We always had to figure out a way to do it with more with less, or the citizens always had to figure out how to do it less. Cause they got a whole section over there in Harvey, and it looked like Tijuana. Man, they bogus for this one. And listen, this train ain't no joke. That's one. There's 2 trains that go through Harvey. And listen, that's the one thing I hate about being in the south suburb. They got too many trains. And I remember when my sons were going to school, they would get suspended because they were late for school, that train.
Harvey's decline didn't happen overnight.
Hey, quick question. Does Metro that's off of Halsted, are they paying towards the tax roll? That's what I'm trying to figure
The
out.
suburb has lost 40% of its population in the past 25 years.
And when they say 40%, they're including those vacant houses and those vacant lots. That's one of the reasons why Harvey's only receiving 58% of the property taxes. Every block. My block don't have a vacant lot, but they have a vacant house, and it got 2.
Leaving behind a glut of empty businesses and homes.
Our city is really suffering. We're crippled. I always say we're first-class residents living in a third world neighborhood.
Now this is crazy. Hold on, let's go back. Did they start by the
Neighborhood.
on the other corner is a beauty supply store. I remember a couple of years ago they were trying to sell that beauty supply store, and they was asking like $500,000 for the beauty supply store. I was like, I ain't worth that. And apparently this used to be the grocery store that used to be in Harvey years ago.
One of the
Ain't that crazy? And listen, and also, if we are a sovereign, and the state had to come and help us, does that mean that Clark gets to get his money back that he gave Harvey to tear that house down? I'm just asking.
The biggest sources of that suffering, according to city officials, is taxes.
Now, this place right here, I go there sometime. The carpet place is right across the street. And listen, they having a hard time also, because I did talk to the lady. What was I going to get done there? I went to go look at some carpet once.
Not what people pay, but but what they don't.
I think that Harvey has gotten a reputation over the years where people honestly just don't care. And because they believe that we don't care, they believe that it's
Who say we don't care? That's why I say he out of touch. Who said that the residents don't care? What makes you think you talking about the people on Halsted or the people on 154th Street? But show us where the people don't care at. Because if the people didn't care, they wouldn't be still living here, the ones who still does. If the people didn't care, they wouldn't still be, you wouldn't be receiving 58% of those taxes. You will be receiving 20% of those taxes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that's what I'm saying. He's out of touch on what the people, the residents. Hey, listen, because my block is changing. I mean, changing colors. So don't be talking that crazy stuff. Cause he talking political. Let's talk facts. And he definitely sleeping good, baby. I bet you, and listen, Cher, I bet you he don't hear no shooting on Halsted. I bet you he don't hear the ambulance going back and forth up the street all night long, going to Ingalls Hospital. I bet you he ain't got no abandoned house. I don't know where he live at, but I suspect, and I believe he don't live in Harvey. I believe he don't live in no Harvey, cause that's who don't care about Harvey. When the mayor don't care, then the people have to act accordingly and get ugly. Like, I don't have time to get in the other stuff they got going on. We talking about, listen, all this vacant land that's around us that we should be able to make money off of it. See, he ain't no hustler. Because if we had a man that was a hustler, they would be hustling up. All them lots to be filled. We would have what they call, oh God, not act or God, I just saw it. But different, I even on Turlington, but just have people who's coming in Harvey and being about the business, and if they don't build what they're supposed to build, developers. If they don't build the way they're supposed to build, there need to be clauses in the contract that say, hey, if you don't do it within so many months, or if it's shut down, or you will be fined, and then after so many months after being fined, we will take our property back and give it to someone else. Now you have to go through different, protocols, because people shouldn't be able to manipulate the system. But there should not be these so many vacant lots and abandoned buildings. What the heck? Listen,
something that they can get away with.
yeah, that been looking like that for years on Dixie Highway, and this is down the street from the police department. Um, hey, Cher, I would never follow this man from home, because I don't want nobody to say I stalked him, and they do shoot, because remember they shot somebody. You can have that one. What time is it? Okay, I'm just saying it's a good idea, but Clark sounds exactly like exactly. He sounds just like Brandon Johnson. And then they make the same stupid faces, like eat like each other. Like he can't answer questions, just like Brandon Johnson can't. I used to call him Dear Woke Johnson, can't answer questions. They don't know what the hell is going on. And Brandon Johnson is not from Chicago. Brandon Johnson's from Aurora. And that's what I say. And I said, and you quote me if I'm wrong, quote me if I'm right. Like if you like, I grew up in Chicago, and a deer in the headlights. You got that right. Now that's the one I like. And everybody knows somebody. If you may not know them, but your cousin may know them. You probably went to school with them, or you probably went to school with them. You know what I'm saying? It's Chicago's big, but it's also small. For real, for real. For real, for real. A deer in the headlight looks all the time. And then you look up and they can pick your head up. The people are talking to you. They pay you. They pay you to sit there and see that. This is my real thought. I felt like um, Clark wanted to be like Johnson, like the big city. Now, the big city has a mayor who has security, but and that's how Clark acting like. He don't want to live in that little house or that raggedy block in his neighborhood. He act like his house is like a Michael Jackson house, and you supposed to go drive by. I don't know where the man live at. I ain't never knew where the man live at in Harvey. But I suspect I saw that he was I think this is the same Chris Clark who is on the board of the library at Eisenhower. But they ain't got no pictures on there. But what a coincidence, right? They got Chris Clark. They shorten his name. But when you go on the website, it says Christopher Clark. Shoot, money. He know how to hustle for himself, but he can't hustle to get the people what they need. You know, you hate to do all the extra talk. And at the end, he doing all that extra talking. Why you doing all that extra talking? Answer the question, Negro.
WGN Investigates obtained recent data from the Cook County Treasurer's Office. It shows Harvey ranked third behind only.
Now that's crazy. You see that? So Ford Heights, you know Ford Heights, down the road. Robbins, down the road. And listen, Robbins, Robbins looks better than Harvey. They tore them projects down over there. I didn't even know they had projects. My mother used to be a teacher at Keller School over there. Now Fort Heights, I can see that because they ain't got no you should see the house. We went over there and did a drive by over there. Harvey right behind that Fort Heights. We neck and necks with Robin. At least Robin look a little brighter. He definitely look brighter. And Robin's next to Crestwood too. Interesting.
Robbins and Ford Heights with an over.
Fort Heights. We compare with Fort Heights now. Next, we're going to be compared to Gary. And we can't be compared to Gary's in a minute because Gary is fixing up. Go ask your mama. They fixing it up over there. And I have been trying to buy a house over there to renovate. But listen, I give it to them. Gary had if you buy a property, you fix it up, and they would do something if you fix it up. Incentive. Give these people incentive. Not just these big companies. Get these
overall property tax collection rate of 58%, leading to a shortfall of $24 million in a recent.
Okay, $24 million. Now we get it somewhere. They quantify with a number. So it's $24 million shortfall. First of all, I'm still trying to understand why Harvey got did they say a $20 million operating? Why we got $20 million? I can't even get it out. $20 million operating costs. Harvey is not Chicago. I ain't seen one, not by me, fire hydrant where it looked like it's been updated. Now I did used to see them. They'll come out and they'll patch the holes in the ground. You know how long that lasts? The holes are still there. So a $24 million shortfall. What does that $24 million consist of? And I bet you, let me tell you what I bet you it is. I bet you 12 million, maybe 12 million. Let's say half, 12 million is part of Harvey shortfall. You know what I'm saying? That village is less than 6 square miles. No excuse, no dilapidation, criminals in office, point blank period, drop the mic. Y'all got abandoned houses. Yeah, they probably privately owned. But years past, y'all were taking folks' houses that was in poor condition. I'm just saying. What part of that, when you look at this spreadsheet, that Harvey owns these properties and vacant lots and nothing's on them? Harvey's part of the problem causing this $24 million also. And it's been sitting there more than 6 years. So what was the plan? Should have had the man should have had a plan that he could have executed. But I don't think he was trying to execute it now. That's why you got to be careful who you let in office. I mean, all the way around. Because they talk a good talk now. Like I see Tyrone Rogers. Tyrone Rogers, I ain't seen him. I call him. He'll answer the phone, but he ain't calling you back with no answers.
In tax year. Compare that to more affluent towns like River Forest and Wilmette, where nearly every dollar is collected.
Dang.
You're taking in less than you figured that you were going to be taking in. That can build on itself.
Joe Ferguson is president of the Chicago-based Civic Federation.
Like I said, how much of that money is money that causes a shortfall is from not we know what part is business actually owe in Harvey. What part of money is Harvey has sat on, like the houses and the vacant land. Like everybody playing a part. You know what I'm saying? We got they owe money. But it's like a three-way ring, and the homeowners, the citizens are in the middle, like you owe, and you owe. But the city's saying like, oh, don't put us in that. They owe. Like they pointing fingers. When you one pointing to the front, three pointing to the back. I'm just saying. Our city only owns government buildings and parks. Abandoned home only sits for a year and then it goes to a sheriff's auction. That means we got a breakdown, Share. Ain't no way it should be like this.
A nonprofit that recently studied property tax collection rates, finding that areas with lower median household incomes have significantly higher delinquency rates, threatening the ability of local governments and school districts.
Oh, listen. Hopefully I remember. And they talking about like school district. I just saw the school districts will be getting like a couple of $1 million. Folks, the people there's some folks are lacking here and some folks are lacking there. But the problem with Harvey is poor management, poor money management. And it's been going on for years. I get it. Kellogg, he did it. He effed us up. And they say Nick Graves effed us up. But when the next person come in, how do you plan on really tackling this issue? And I know you're gonna say, "Yeah, we got to do an audit to figure this out." One thing I realized is when Napoleon Harris got into office, it's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do an audit and we're gonna figure out what's going on," and then when that time comes and you get in office, oh no, we can't afford it. It's gonna cost too much money. How can it cost too much money and you get this high salary? I would have respected. You would have said, I'm going to I won't take a salary this year so we can pay for this audit. Ain't nobody gonna do that. I would have respect if he would have said, even Clark would have said, I'm not gonna Clark, he laid off 40% of those workers. But he didn't say on top of that, since I have to do that, it's my responsibility. I'm going to take I am going to take a what? I won't take I won't take a salary. If he had said I won't take a salary, I would respect him more. Because then that sounds like somebody who's trying to help the city of Harvey. What the world? What the world? Harvey needs a huge sheriff auction. We got. I think that the way is set up in Cook County, it goes to the county, and it only goes to the sheriff if it's like a something with in a di- for a different reason, but it goes to the Cook County sheriff. No, it goes to the Cook County. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I never heard the sheriff having an auction, not for regular people. Or it goes, yeah, ain't that right, prima donna? Correct me. The stealing can continue if there's no forensic audit. So the stealing continues. Peter robbed Paul, and Paul robbed Peter, and Peter go to Jane, and Jane say, "Hey." Like, I'm like, why he got folks sitting up in there making that kind of money? Ton of folks will be buying those. Definitely. They would share. They would buy those homes and fix up because for years people were trying to fix up. And um, even they tried to board up. They told them to stop boarding up because they were on private property. And it's a whole stretch on Halsted Street Harvey owns. And it got dilapidated houses on it. Go figure. Oh, sheriff just holds the auction. Thank you, Sheriff. Share. Okay, let me continue.
To provide essential services.
And it all kind of comes together.
Now, listen, that's the park, the Harvey. Oh, that says the Park District. Where's that at? Veteran Memorial. I don't know where that's at. I don't know. I ain't never seen that street before. Because I don't be on the other side of Harvey like that.
Things actually begin to not work well, if not actually fall apart, which makes it hard to.
Now that area, that's where the Indian people live. I don't know, the Indian, Muslim, excuse me, but they got this whole community all around Harvey.
Retain population and attract population, and so that's the.
Yes. Harvey is ass backwards. Hell yeah. There's no reason whatsoever for the city to own businesses or private residential properties. Explain. Yes. That don't make no sense to me either. That don't make sense. I'm not standing that water bill. I ain't standing that water bill line. And really, I should have. I was thinking about it. I might go back to writing a check. That way, I don't have to pay that extra cost. But then I was like, well, if I don't write, and you could put it in a little slot for the water bill. But it'd be that one time they gonna say you ain't paid, and I'll be irritated like a mug.
Viral.
Observers say there's no easy fix for Harvey's troubles, but the mayor is testing a unique.
Now look, Channel 9 was bogus for this, but they got it. CJC, how much you think that shit costs? That costs for your shirt to be embroidered like that. Like, I don't think it's a big. I'm not really pressed on it. But if we so broke, like, why you got to dress like if you the mayor of Harvard, mayor of Chicago? Are you getting? He got to be getting a what's that? The package for wardrobe package like Tiffany did, and I think they do in Dalton. Listen, this is a part-time job. This is not a full-time job. Oh, you think that's manicured? Probably so. Probably get his hands waxed. Awesome.
Unique solution.
I can't.
But it's funny how Channel 9 deliberately got that picture of his cufflinks. And listen, I predict, and I could be wrong, I predict this gonna come. We're gonna see this again. And I mean, like, he gonna catch himself in so much trouble. It's gonna come back to bite him in the ass. In the Watosi, baby. Manicure. And I said, yeah, biting on my nails.
Came up with it.
He's calling it
He got Abraham Lincoln on here. I ain't go to law school. I just went to regular school. What the world? Oh, nice. Okay. What does City Hall say about why they own vacant houses and don't do anything about them? They don't say about it. Don't even answer that question. Don't even answer it. They don't answer that question. See these expensive ass flyers on here, just like Tiffany. I wish they stopped mailing this stuff out, to be honest. He looks suspect. Don't he look suspect? He look like he up to no good in the hood on this picture. You can't trust a man without a mustache.
a settlement agreement with businesses that own properties with late taxes or that lease space in properties with late taxes.
I wanted to try to find a way to be able to keep those businesses operational.
In Harvey, businesses behind on their taxes can't obtain licenses and legally operate. But Clark says under his agreement, they can stay open if they pay Harvey $20,000 up front or a total of $30,000 via monthly installments. Here's
Hold on. $30,000 monthly installment. I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to say this to you one more time. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Harvey, I barely got businesses in Harvey. We barely make it every day. And listen, and I'm gonna be honest with you, because I might finna go outside and go get me something to eat after being sick. I want me a slice of pizza or something. But I'm not going to stop and go get me nothing to eat in Harvey. I don't, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't spend no money in Harvey. Because I don't feel safe getting out the car in Harvey. When I get in my car, I'm going down the street to Jules in Homewood, or further southwest. Now I ain't gonna say I have not. I would use, I went to the glass place, got a glass for a table. But and I like to be able to support the businesses that are in Harvey. But I ain't stopping in no Harvey like that. Hell no. You ought to ask Kobe that question. And what's tell me the question again so I can write it down. Oh, I got to January. Okay, I got work. Okay, tell me the question so I can write this down again. Hold on, I had the question and I forgot about it. Go ahead, share. Repeat that for me. Text right about that. Oh, so many businesses behind on taxes. How are they taxed? Well, that's it. This is behind on taxes. How are they taxed? It looked like yearly still. And that's probably the Cook County. Damn. Dang. Dang. Text right about that. Text right about that. And listen, ain't that crazy? It be looking like a ghost town on the other side. Oh, why are all the city owned? Oh, thank you. You did say that. Why are all the city? I'm writing it down. Take a picture. Sorry, y'all, I got our vacant. Oh, so what you're gonna say is they're not gonna say. Now that's a good question. So they'll turn around and say they'll talk about damn, they'll talk about the private ones that are vacant. But they don't want to talk about what they owe, what they got. It ain't no they, it's we. That's a bad problem. Somebody got to control your money. You know what I'm saying? Also, the business property. Okay. Well, we gonna ask her and see what she says. Why are all the city's own houses that are vacant not being sold? Thank you. Got it. Got it. It don't make sense. It don't make no sense because it seems as though that we should have enough. I say this loosely. It seems like we should have enough, like vacant lots, empty houses to help cut some of that $24 million. I'm just saying because if I ain't got no money, I'm going to the pawn shop. I'm just saying. So you can get some money. So if you got these houses, upload it. And so you can I hate when you can hear him in the background. But so you can make some money. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta live, po.
The catch, that money doesn't count toward your tax.
That money does not go that how does you paying $30,000 in increments and it doesn't go to your back taxes? I said he had done found a niche to help him get over on the people. And he's saying he want the businesses to h- to be to be the motivational piece that changed the Harvey financial issue. I'm like, shoot. Ain't nobody doing $30,000 worth of business in Harvey. Not no little ma and pa shop.
Taxes.
The purpose of the settlement agreement was to try to give those others that, were having,
Did he think that was a settlement agreement? That seemed like an awful lopsided settlement agreement. I'm just saying.
lean times to give them opportunity to be able to right the ship. At the same time,
Right the
the
ship.
city of Harvey gets the opportunity
Let's see.
to be
Did it go? Hold on, let's see. Hold on.
same time
Dang. I was finna, the, the way this
the
works.
ship. At the same
Okay, see, they didn't start it. Had they start, hopefully this block right so across the street right here where these cars at, that's where Clark's uh, building. I don't know if he still own that building, but that's where his law office used to be in this building that looked just like this, ran down.
time, the city of Harvey gets the opportunity to be able to get some revenue.
Now, all this I was shocked when this restaurant left. I mean, this was like a Spanish grocery store. It left. And it used to be booming over there. And this is 154th Street, and they don't have a lot of businesses on 154th Street anymore.
To provide city service.
I don't know if this barbershop, I don't know if that barbershop is still open. How much is a doofus taxing these businesses? 2,500 a month or 30,000 in increments. And that's so you can get your business license, but you won't necessarily, but it's not going towards the bringing down your tax bill. Now I know I didn't get a math degree, but I do know if I pay $30,000 a month and I owe like 200,000, and wouldn't I go and want that 30,000 to go to that 100,000 and bring that down to 70,000? Now, if I could, I would be able to afford to pay that. He crazy. The way he doing it is not being motivating. And he said this is why people don't want to come to Harvey to do business because of the chaos. No, people don't want to come do business at Harvey because it doesn't financially make sense. No, I mean, how are our current businesses being calculated and not back taxes? That's a good question. I don't know. Um, that's a good question. That's a good question, Cher. Because somebody's still paying their taxes, if you think about it.
Said 17 businesses have agreed to the settlement, but others have chosen
17 businesses have agreed to pay that that stipend. Hell nah. I'll be like the rest. I'm finna get up out of that mug. So I want Colorado to win so bad. Third quarter.
to close instead.
The bill is just so high, and we try to do what we can.
Benicia Gonzalez's family owns Harvey Auto Center. After they fell behind on their property taxes, she said Harvey offered them the $20,000 tax
Hey, listen. And now, ain't nobody making money off that lot.
off ramp, but they chose not to do it. She views it as legalized extortion.
It didn't make sense to me. I told him, I said, you know what, this is not right. Something's not right. I'm not signing this agreement.
She said her family had fallen behind on taxes and couldn't catch up. Instead of paying Harvey, they chose to shutter the business, leaving.
You know what? I bet you they wanted that property because that property is right across near the high school. I can see them trying to get that property to not the school have anything to do with it, but get the school to pay for it and to yeah. Yeah, it's more to this story. They think they up to something. I mean, their city sale tax, property tax, if they own the building, wonder what other taxes. Yeah, so many taxes. Illinois will tax you out your air. For what? They don't do crap with nothing they get. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I went out today. I think I saw one Harvey police car. I ain't see no Cook County Sheriff.
Them with just one location in nearby South.
I didn't even know they owned that. I did not know that they owned this Harvey Auto Center. I did go there myself, and they were very friendly people when I got my car fixed. And like when I went on that list, people who oh, the funny thing about it is, they closed their shop up in Harvey and moved to the next town over, like to Dalton, not Dalton and South Holland. I was like, okay. Okay. So they ain't right playing them games. They ain't gonna pay it. So what should I say? That sound about to come apart. Well, ain't it? And it's tight over there too. And they do good work. So, I didn't know they had two locations, Harvey Auto Center. And listen, that was foresight because this is in South Holland. It's just like literally like the train track is Harvey, train track, South Holland.
Holland.
We're closed. We're done.
I'm going to say that we got limited city services. And we need to do something about that, but nobody should have to wake up underneath, this type of turmoil.
Colby Chapman is a Harvey alderman who has made news.
Please escort the second ward alderwoman from the council chamber.
And look at her face. I cannot stand this lady right here. She nasty. And I don't say that I don't like people that often, but that's one nasty woman. Oh, she nasty. She had a smirk on her face that day that she got arrested. And I bet you he ain't arresting touching his people like that.
She's been arrested several times for disrupting board meetings while opposing the mayor's policies.
Look at that. Look at she laughed. She's smirking. Tyrone Rogers ain't even turned his head. I don't like that Karen witch. She act just like a Karen. And could you believe she say she black? I don't know. She look like Karen to me. But I ain't gonna take they say she black. But she nasty.
While the settlement agreement may have brought Harvey extra revenue, she said it comes at a cost, forcing businesses to close, shifting the burden to those that remain, and leading to more empty storefronts in a city struggling with so many.
The businesses don't feel communicated to, and they've been hit really hard.
Mayor Clark hears the criticism, but says this south suburb is out of options.
He said he ain't even listening. She hopefully she put a complaint against COPA against him. And really, I know they're not gonna do this in Harvey. The same thing that they did in Dalton. They sent a letter to the mayor, was it the mayor? And it said that they did not feel that Tiffany Hinger under her administration or under what's his name, and sent a complaint. Send a complaint to COPA. I'm just saying. He gonna say he was doing his job, but then lying at the same thing. How you live next door? I got a vacant house next to me, so when I say I mean this respectfully. But luckily it don't look like this. But if it had, I really would be sick. I would have just left. And you got a house right here. I'm sure people live in it. And this shit falling apart. And then it said in the school zone. What the hell? Yeah, it's dangerous. Yeah, I mean, the city can't say they gonna talk about the man and his fence is 7 feet high, but they ain't gonna talk about this house and who owned this house and figure out who owned this house. If they can't fix this house, you like, hey, you gonna have to do something, buddy.
One of the things that I don't like about being the mayor of Harvey is how people look at us and say, it's just Harvey.
Where did he get that from? Explain to me. Where did he get that from? People say, oh, that's just Harvey. No, what they say is, damn, Harvey's been corrupt for years. I read that in the comments. I read that they are suspect. Listen, like I had told him, what side of a history you want to be on? Because one day them books are going to be open. And whatever you did or did not do, it's going to show. So the best thing for you to do is like, hey, I'm going to do what I need to do so we can do blase, Skippy. You know what I'm saying? But just don't sit there like you the mayor of Harvey. You the mayor of Chicago. This is Harvey, fool. Take that shit off and put some regular clothes on and put some clothes on like you ready to get out and work. Work it. That's how you get that respect. Go out there and work and look like you ready. You here ready to work. That's all we asking. Ain't no way that we ain't got. I may go outside. I might not. That I got to worry because when I go down 147th Street, Sibling, that ain't no street lights. Now, what the crazy part about it is, besides no street lights, when you leave Dalton, they got street lights. A little after you get in Harvey, a little, ain't no street lights. Even Dixmoor got street lights. Come on. You spending the money the wrong way. And that's your fault, not our fault. That's why I said go look.
They feel as if it's okay to overlook us. And that's the sad part.
No, you feel like it's okay to overlook us. Oh, damn. You know what I'm saying? If you got a mayor who don't care, what you think the city gonna represent? Ryan tried to save this area right here. It was a building on it. And he said he had got someone to to buy the building, fix it up. The mayor Clark turned around and dimmed the building. See, that's what I'm saying is they're not spending the money, they're bagging it. They bagging it. Listen, half them people, probably over half, who works for Harvey don't even live in Harvey. That's the question is, when y'all redo contracts, everybody got to live in Harvey with so many. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way. Oh, or the residents should have first dibs of these jobs. Only a certain percentage could live outside the city of Harvey, and like 20% could live outside the city of Harvey. But there's got to be the rest that lives in Harvey, because if you work in Harvey, that means you have pride in Harvey, and you're gonna make sure Harvey works. But if everybody live outside of Harvey, you going back to your Homewood, Phoenix, all these different areas, you giving money to them. You think I want? Listen, I didn't want to get a city sticker because I felt like if I get a city sticker, they not gonna do right by me. I'm just saying. I digress. I digress. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving.
To be clear, those $20,000 payments don't dig the business out of its property tax hole. The Cook County Treasurer will still demand the bill be paid in full down the road.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. What is the process of my yeah, I got a ticket for not buying a sticker. I wouldn't buy a sticker to slap on my car for $5. That's just dumb. Yeah, I was like, why am I buying a sticker? I definitely didn't want to buy a sticker. And still don't want and listen, and I still gotta turn around and buy another sticker in February. We'll see. Sure. And if it was safe, to park in the garage, I will park in the garage. What the helly? What the helly? I would park my car in the garage if it was safe. But we can't live in that. So what does the sticker money goes towards? Good question. I have no clue what the money goes towards. And to be honest, I don't think a lot of people out here buy stickers. But I don't be looking either. I don't be liking the sticker on my car because I don't like the way it be looking. But they did that in the city. Now, I get my plate sticker. Well, that window sticker, I was like, it's like $35 if you buy it in February. And I probably buy it in February for $35 and still not put it on. And show that I did buy it. I just forgot. Put on a list to ask Kobe. What does the city's what? Oh, where? Where does the money Sorry. I'm gonna ask her. I might send her an email. I might send her an email or a text message. I just might send an email at this point. Because inquiry minds would like to know. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just had to have this. Again, I was sick. I was homesick. I looked up and somebody told me it was a special was going to be on tonight, that night. And I said, what?
Ben Bradley, WG.
And let me see. Did I have there was one more. I'm not gonna be people. I'm not gonna be before you long, as the church people say. I've been sleeping a lot, but I'm glad. Excuse me. It's like it's catching up with me. And sleeping. Okay. So let me show you this. Okay, so I'm gonna make it bigger so y'all can see. And again, I'm on Harvey World Facebook page. Now Rosa Park is in Harvey and Dixmoor. So they get money from the property taxes. They get money from our property taxes. So November 11th, Harvey World posted that a 2.9% tax levy increase will bring in. So the school board increased our taxes. Will bring in an estimated 5.6 million in revenue, contributing to 19% of the district 2026 anticipated revenue. Most of the property taxes revenue and estimated 4.17 million will be direct towards education expenses. Listen, I wish I can opt out of. Oh, excuse me, it's coming down. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I wish I could opt out of these school property taxes because, first of all, I don't even have any kids that's in school. I know I can't do that. I know I can't do it. So, but yeah. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Um, Harvey, I was hoping the young man who ran for mayor during Kellogg's tenure would have been able to join us, but I did ask, and because I don't really have a a certain time or day I'm gonna be live, so I let him know I was gonna be live today. And maybe he didn't see it, or maybe let me double check. I sent the link. It's almost 10 o'clock. Man, I'm about to eat something out the refrigerator. Let's see. Well, I'm just looking just to make sure because I don't want to. If he said anything and I just didn't pay attention, you know what I'm saying? Messenger, okay. Nah, it's sent, but he didn't. No, I didn't get a message back. So we'll see. Hopefully, at some point that we'll be able to touch down with him. Well, with that being said, this your girl D Love from the South Side. We want to say thank you for showing up and showing that you are. Thank you, Cher and Prima Donna, for being here with me. And hopefully we'll be able to get some answers to some important questions, right? Um, Thank you so much. I feel like, oh, I gotta go blow my nose and get myself together because I'm going back to work on Tuesday. So I gotta get myself together real quick. But again, with that being said, I just want to say thank you all. I appreciate you all. And I will be back. Most likely while I'm driving on my way on Tuesday. But if not, have a good weekend because I'll be working Thanksgiving. So I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family. And with that being said, hugs and kisses. And let's see. Let me say goodnight to you. I'm saying goodnight.
You see love from the south side, that's right. Got my hustle, got my hustle, shot down streets, built up like